everybody, and welcome to Video Game Mania here on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. You have me for tonight. Everybody else has obligations, but I decided I wanted to come live and hang out with you guys for a little bit. So we'll wait a couple minutes, see if anyone wants to pop in the chat and say what's up. I hope everyone had a good Wednesday. I had off from work today, so I got some stuff done around the house, and now I'm here hanging out. So wait a couple minutes, see if people want to pop in. If not, I'll just make it a very short show. But yeah, I know some people don't get the notifications anymore. I have talked to multiple streamers who have bigger communities than what I have, and they say only 6.5% of the followers get notifications that's alive now. So it's kind of disheartening in a way, but yeah, we make the most of it. So you're just popping in. This is Video Game Mania. I have this show specifically geared towards old school video gaming, talking the old consoles, the games that people play nowadays. I usually sometimes have a different streamer on the show. I'm still trying to get my one friend from California to hop on, but our schedules haven't matched up yet. So hopefully in time that is coming. But yeah, I mean, I figured since last week we talked about some of the old PlayStation 1 games that I would bring up a list of the original Xbox games tonight and chit chat about them. So if you ever played video games or just looking in the stream, if you want to talk about a specific kind of video games, feel free. I mean, we thrive on the interaction of this show, so we like people who chit chat with us and talk about other stuff. So yeah, let's just pull up this list. Original Xbox games. Here you go. Search. List of Xbox games. Here we go. Now, keep in mind that the original Xbox came out right around the same time as PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. It was kind of in the middle, and that, I believe, is what started the whole Sony versus Microsoft war, because Sony made something, then Microsoft came out. Sony came out, so it went back and forth for a while. So, yeah. I mean, if anyone wants to say hello, let me know that you're in the chat. I am Mr. Knast. This is the Basement Show. Wednesday night is our video game segment. Like I said, we talk old school video games, different consoles and stuff. And tonight I have pulled up a list of the original Xbox. So, yeah. If you're just popping in, hope you say hi. Let me hear this one more time. But if not, I'll just talk to myself. Okay. And people can go back and re-listen to the show later. I know we were supposed to have entertainment night last night, but things happen, things come up, and you can't please everybody. So I made the decision to cancel the show, which I don't like to do, but it happens sometimes. So that is life. But on the original Xbox, let's see. Well, the first game that always comes to my mind when I think of the original Xbox is the Halo series. Rather it be Halo 1, 2, or the best game for the original Xbox, Halo 3. Halo 3 was by far one of my favorite games to play on original Xbox, so yeah, I mean, let's see. When was that released? FIFA, there you go, Hulk. I'm past it. Halo 2, first person shooter, November 9th, 2004. Damn. So almost 19, I'll be 19 years old this November. You had the Harry Potter series, Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire, Prison of Azkaban, The Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, so there's plenty of Harry Potter games to play. They also were very popular on PlayStation back in the day as well. Grand Theft Auto 3 was a very big game on original Xbox. Vice City. Good evening, Jack. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in chat tonight. Hope you had a good Wednesday. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Vice City was also very popular. So Jack, tonight I am talking about the old school original Xbox. So if there's any games that you had played for the original Xbox that you would like to talk about, let me know. But thanks for popping in tonight. Much appreciated. What else do we have? FIFA was a very popular game. Fight Nights were brand new. Fight Night 2004, round 2, round 3, all came out in consecutive years. Alright, well, enjoy yourself, Jack. I'm here if you need me. I don't know how long of a show this will be. If it's a quiet chat, we'll just chit chat for a little bit and then probably call it a night. But thanks for stopping in, buddy. Probably the most bizarre football game I would ever have played came out in the original Xbox as well, and that was 2K5. They tried to do what was that? A first-person football game. So like you would basically control the player, run routes and stuff, and then like you'd have like a helmet cam that like locked you into that one player. So I know a lot of people that liked it, a lot of people didn't like it. College football was really popular on the original Xbox as well, Jack. I mean, that's back, like Madden and all that was very popular on Xbox. College football was also, because back then you could do the whole dynasty mode on college football and then transfer your draft over to Madden's, which made it that much more fun because you could build up a superstar player in college football and then transfer him over to the Madden games like a snap of a finger. It was great. I mean, you still could do that, but it wasn't the same later down in the series. So, but yeah, college football was popular. Madden was gaining its popularity. NHL games were really popular. So, yeah, I don't know, Jack, I don't know if you played original Xbox or not, but if you did, let me know what games you'd like to play. I mean, I have a list in front of me, so I can pull up the stats for you if you want to know it. So, yeah, just hanging out. I've been talking about some old school Xbox games tonight, so if you're just looking in chat and want to say hi, feel free. I know, like I said, I normally try to have a guest on the show, but everybody was busy tonight, so yeah, I'm just hanging out. Let's see, we got club football, never played that. Burnout was another popular game on Xbox. That was a racing game developed by Time Games, came out in 2002. Burnout 2 came out in 2003. Yeah, so you have a wide variety of Xbox games that Sony tried to push out with the better graphics and all that fun stuff as well. So, the original Arena football game was released in 2006 on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I remember playing that a lot. That was always a lot of fun. N1 Street Ball, which was a weird game, but people enjoyed it. Bowling 2004, 2006. All-Star Baseball, that was pretty popular. I mean, MVP was a more popular game than All-Star, but AFL Football Live. I don't remember that series. Premiership? Australian Football League. Huh. I guess they made a rugby game. I never knew that. The 2002-2006 FIFA World Cup games, they were pretty popular because who doesn't like soccer? Seriously. What else do we have? I'm actually going to scroll all the way down because I know there are some very popular wrestling games. Now, if I had Darth Nexus in this chat, I'm sure he'd go pretty hard on some of these, but you have WWE Raw, Legends, WrestleMania 21, which was just specifically for Xbox. But again, most of the more popular wrestling games came out for N64, which we had talked about a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. sharing this out again to get some people in here hanging out for a little bit. What else do we have? World Championship Rugby, World Championship Poker. I remember playing that on PlayStation 2. If you like the Texas Hold'em, that was more your type of game. Basically, you're going through the World Series of Poker, trying to win different games and stuff. Whiplash. Nope, that's not the one I'm thinking about. Nope, never played a Whiteout. What else do we have on this list? UFC. They were decent games. What else do we have? Tour de France. No. Tony Hawk was very popular on the original Xbox too. He had what? I'm looking at 6 games just for Tony Hawk alone. Wasteland 2X, 3, 4, Project 8, Underground, Underground 2. Yeah, I mean, a very wide range of games for Mr. Tony Hawk that came out on the original Xbox. They were all pretty fun. I mean, each had its own story to it. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Sixes were very popular. Yeah, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six 3, Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow, Critical Error, Lockdown. I mean, yeah, if you like Tom Clancy, your mic is low. Is that better, sir? Let me know. Nice to see you tonight in chat, Darth. Thanks for popping in. Always appreciate your support, buddy. Your mic is low. I think I fixed it. Let me know. Okay, sounds good. So, Darth, tonight we're talking about some old school original Xbox games. So I know you probably played half these games, but what's up? As Darth always likes to say. Darth will be in studio tomorrow night with Turnbuckle Thursdays. So, if you like wrestling, you will like that show. He is a huge part of that, and I am thankful that he has given me most of his time to help with the show. So, Darth says Pac-Man World. Alright, let's see. Pac-Man World. P. Pew pew. Hey, Pac-Man World 2 or 3? Dead Man's Hand. Okay. I could probably find that one. Let's see. Dead Man's Hand. Hold on. I'm going to scroll all the way back up to my list. Hold on. 1 second. Dead Man's Hand. Dead Man's Hand. Doctor. Dead to Rights. Dead Man's Hand. Here you go. Was a first-person shooter game developed by Human Hand Studios and produced by Atari. It was released in North America for Xbox and Microsoft Windows in March of 2004. This game takes place in the American frontier. Halo is popular. Gears of War. Yep, I mean, the list can go on and on, Darth. I mean, like I said, if there's anyone that knows about old school gaming, you're reading comments from the man himself. Darth was very much a gamer growing up, still is. He has an awesome Call of Duty stream with him, Ice2102, K4479 play with him, Hobbit Man. They had a very impressive, when I say impressive, very impressive win last night on Call of Duty, and it was awesome to watch. So, if you're on Twitch, or if you go back and rewatch these shows, go drop Mr. Darth a follow on Twitch, and you will not be disappointed. I am telling you, he is balls to the wall, one of the greatest hardcore streamers I know, but he's very passionate about what he does, and yeah, I mean, it's a good watch. And like I said, if not, you can always watch him on our show tomorrow night for Turnbuckle Thursdays, when we dive into old, new, and current day wrestling. So, it should be a fun show tomorrow night. But yeah, Dead Man's Hands, let's see. First person shooter came out March 2nd, so actually coming up on 19 years of being out. Nice little anniversary coming up soon. IGN rated it a 6.2 out of 10 on PC and a 6 out of 10 on Xbox. We gave it a 2716, 27 out of 40 total for the score. So yeah. Playboy gave the Xbox version an early review over 3 months before it was released and stated a unique scoring system lets you unlock killer tricks. Fair enough. I'm just doesn't tell me how many copies it sold though. What else do we have? We have Manhunt. Alright, let's scroll down to Manhunt. Manhunt. There we go. Madden. That's not it. Manhunt. There you go. Manhunt is a 2003 stealth game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. The first entry in the Manhunt series. It was released for PlayStation 2 in November 2003, followed by Xbox in April 2004. So ratings, it got IGN all the way across the board pretty much 8.3 out of 10. So a very intense game. I think I played it once with my buddy Vinny back in the day. So yeah, I mean, definitely a game that you don't want to play at night because it was kind of creepy in a way. But yeah. Manhunt is a stealth game played from a third-person perspective. The game consists of 21 levels called scenes, as well as 4 unlockable bonus scenes. Players survive the scenes by dispatching enemy gang members, occasionally with firearms, but primarily by stealthily executing them. Definitely your kind of game, Matt, I will say that. I mean, knowing me, you probably still have this game. Then he says black, so I gotta go back up to the top of my list. Black. Here we go. Another first-person shooter came out in 2006. Published by EA Sports. Well, EA Electronic Arts, so EA. I always think of EA Sports when I say EA, but it's set in Russia. So the gameplay is essentially straightforward. First-person shooter. Players can only carry 2 weapons at a time. Therefore, strategy is needed when choosing weaponry. All right, so you had to choose wisely with your guns. On IGN, it got a 8.7 on PS2 and 8.6 out of 10 on original Xbox. So, Black's PlayStation 2 version received a Gold Sales Award from the Entertainment and Leisure Software Publishers Association, indicating sales of at least 200,000 copies in the United Kingdom. Yep, ESPN 2K5 was a very popular football game back then, Matt. I had mentioned that a couple minutes ago. It was a unique game. I mean, you had the helmet view where you would be dissected as the player, and like you would get the person's view on the play. It was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was a very popular game. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of weird having to sometimes playing that view. I mean, once you got used to it, it was cool, but in the beginning, it kind of threw you off. I don't know if that makes sense, but to this game, people still rave about that game. Now it evolutionized football gaming. But yes, T.O. was on the cover in an Eagles jersey. And then the following year, Madden 06, you had McNabb on the cover, so we all know how that played out. Let's see. Actually, I want to see what the rating was for NFL. Let's see. 2K5. Metal Sting, Max, NBA Live. Nope, I passed it. I know I did. Where I did. Did I? No. Oh yeah. I'll do it. 2K. 2K3. That wasn't it. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Why? Because it was ESPN. Duh. I knew that. ESPN 2K5. Here we go. The ratings on ESPN 2K5, I got a 9.3 out of 10 on PS2 and a 9.4 out of 10 on Xbox. So, like I said, very highly acclaimed. Won multiple awards for the best sports game in 2004. Won in category simulation and game of the year. Sports game from GameSpot. It won best sports game released for the Xbox. So yeah, 2K5 was a very highly acclaimed video game back then. Psychonauts. Alright, let's see if we can find that one. It's down in the P's. Psychonauts. There you go, got it. Psychonauts is a 2005 platform video game developed by Double Fine Productions and published by Magexo Entertainment for Microsoft Windows, Xbox, and PS2. And this was released on April 19th, 2005. So next Wednesday is actually 18 years since this game was released. Pretty cool. Psychonauts is a platform game that incorporates various adventure elements. The player consists the main character Raz in a third-person, three-dimensional view, helping Raz to uncover a mystery at the Psychonauts training camp. Raz begins with basic movement abilities such as running and jumping, but as the game progresses, Rasputin gains additional psychic powers such as telekinesis, levitation, invisibility, and pyrokinesis. Okay. So it sounds like you kind of build a character as the game goes along. The ratings for the game, let's see. At the bottom we have, on IGN it got a 8.7 out of 10. Very nice. Awards. E3 2005 Game Critics Best Original Game. Okay. And then British Academy Video Game Awards 2006 it won Best Screenplay. Sales it made, by March of 2012, the retail version of Psychonauts had sold 400,000 copies. Pretty good in sales too. I mean, yeah. There was a sequel to it, Psychonauts and the Ramus of Ruin, and Psychonauts 2. So there was 2 sequels that came out with the game. So not bad. I don't think I've ever played it, Matt, so you would have to explain to me how it works, but sounds like it did pretty good in sales. It was a very popular game. Jet Set Radio. Okay, our next one to look up. Jet Set Radio. Jet Set Radio. That sounds like a song. Where we at? Jet Set Radio. I guess this is it. Jet Set Radio Future is a 2002 action development game developed by Smilebit and is published by Sega for the Xbox. It is a sequel to the game Jet Set Radio. So the original Jet Set Radio came out on Sega Dreamcast. Jet Set Radio Future was the one that came out for Xbox. So it's actually the second game in the series. Good evening, Gary. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in tonight. Hope you had an enjoyable day off. So, tonight, Gary, we're just talking about some old school video gaming. I have Darth over on Twitch. He's communicating with me some games that he wants me to look up. So, yeah, welcome in. Jet Set Radio Future plays similarly to Jet Set Radio, in which the player controls a member of a gang of inline skaters called the GGs. GGs, what an interesting gang name. I mean, good games? That's good. Players can grind through rails and poles, perform various tricks while grinding, perform various mid-air tricks, skate backwards, and use boost on the ground and on rails to move faster. So, sounds like a futuristic Tony Hawk game almost. IGN gave it a 9.1 out of 10. Wow. That's pretty good. Jet Set Radio Future sold 60,000 units in the United States in the first 6 months. It sold a total of 28,433 units in Japan. So it actually sold better in the States than it did overseas. Which, doesn't surprise me. I mean, some games do better over here, but then there are other games that do better over there. So, Jet Set Radio Futures was briefly featured in a music video held good by American rock band No Doubt. Okay, no, it got famous by a music song too, I guess. That's pretty cool. Kujo Entertainment presented Sega with a concept for a new Jet Set Radio game for Nintendo Wii, but Sega was not interested in developing new games in the series. Wow, so they actually try to push it for Nintendo Wii, which is another older down the road system that we'll be talking about in a couple weeks, but yeah. In 2017, Dinosaur Games created a visual proof of concept that after Sony expressed interest in their work at GDC 2017, this project Jet Set Radio Evolution was turned down by Sega for largely unstated reasons. In mid-2020, man, Sega didn't want this game to get remade at all. That's kind of interesting. Jet Set Radio Future was later made backwards compatible for the Xbox 360. Unlike Jet Set Radio and other Sega games for Xbox, Jet Set Radio Future has not been made backwards compatible with Xbox One or the Xbox X/S series. So, unfortunately, Matt, you were not able to play this game on your Xbox One, which I'm sure you would if you could, but... He says, Doom 3. Okay, we got a Doom game. Doom 3. Doom 3, first-person shooter, released in 2005. Actually, just passed, 18 years of being out. It was because it was released on the Xbox. It came out in April 3rd, 2005. So last Monday, made 18 years since this game was released. Doom 3 is a story-driven action game played from the first-person perspective as well with the previous Doom games. The main objective is to successfully pass through its levels, defeating a variety of enemy characters on intent on killing the player's character. Can never say I played Doom. I mean, I played Wolfenstein for PC, but on IGN it got a 9.3 on Xbox and an 8.9 on PC. Probably had better graphics on the original Xbox, I would say, than a PC. In the United States, the computer version sold 750,000 copies and earned $32.4 million by August 2006. And by the beginning of 2007, over 3.5 million copies had been sold worldwide, compared to 2.5 million copies sold for the original Doom and 2 million for Doom 2, making it the most successful project by ID Software at the time. So Doom 3 actually did better than the first two. Interesting. He says Chronicles of Riddick. Okay, Chronicles of Riddick. I think I've asked that one, didn't I? Chronicles of Riddick. CHR. Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay. Is that it, Matt? That's the only one that Chronicles of Riddick that come up. So this is a first-person action and stealth video game developed by Strawberry Studios and Tegon Studios. It was released for Xbox in 2004. Okay, just making sure. An escape from Butcher Bay, the player takes control of protagonist Richard B. Riddick as he attempts to break out of Butcher Bay prison. The game incorporates elements from video game genres such as first-person shooter, adventure, and stealth, and is played primarily from a first-person perspective, though the camera switches to a third-person perspective during certain scenes, unlike many first-person shooters. The game contains no head-up display on scene cues and are limited to flashes when a new weapon is introduced when selected. Okay. The player may interact with and receive quests from the president's residence and earn information, tools, and other rewards by completing quests. Violent conflict often occurs between the player, inmates, and prison guards. The player attacks Reddick with bare hands or improvised weapons such as shivs and clubs. Combos are created by stringing together punches. A DNA scanning security system initially prevents Reddick from using firearms, but a limited arsenal later becomes available. Okay, so this came out June 1st of 2004. Sounds like a fun game. I mean, rating, here we go. IGN on PC, 8.8 out of 10, and then on Xbox, I got an 8.5 out of 10. So, I actually seem more like a computer game than an Xbox game, which is kind of interesting. Don't think I played this one neither. I mean, what else you got for me, Matt? I have a whole list. I can pull up more, so let me know. Let's see, when you're doing that. Escape from Butcher Bay received a critical acclaim. Mediocrity. Oh yeah, I mean, it got an average review. So, Project Gotham Racing. Now that one sounds familiar. Let me scroll this back down for a minute. Project Gotham. So PR. Project Gotham Racing. Here we go. Believe I played this once with my cousin. Project Gotham Racing differs from most racing games in that winning a race does not necessarily mean the player advances to the next round. Instead, advancement in Project Gotham Racing requires both driving fast and enough to meet the challenge set and scoring enough kudo points to advance. Kudo points are gained through the player's driving skills, such as power sliding around a corner at speed, overtaking a non-player characters in the race. IGN gave it an 8.8 out of 10. Not bad, not bad. The game sold 1 million units globally by July 2002. By July 2006, it had sold 1.2 million copies and earned 44 million in the US. Next Gen ranked it as the 43rd highest selling game launched for PlayStation 2, Xbox, or GameCube between January 2000 and July 2006. So it had potential. And like I said, I got 8.8 out of 10 on IGN. Which there's other type of reviewing platforms that you could use for reviewing games, but IGN is one of the top two ones that you always look for when you're reviewing games. They always do a very good in-depth review. So, what else we got? Soul Calibur. Why does that sound familiar? Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 2, there we go. It's a 2002 fighting game developed by Project Soul and published by Namco. IGN or Game Informer? Yes. Game Informer was another very good magazine back in the day. I mean, they still make them. I haven't seen one, a hard copy. I think they're all digital now, but yes, Game Informer magazine was also another very good source of information for games back in the day. That is correct. came out in July 10th, 2002. So this game will be 21 years old this July. I feel old. I want to say this was more like a Mortal Kombat type game, if I'm not mistaken. The game is set in the year 1590 AD. Jeez. Let's see. IGN gave it a 9.2 out of 10 across the board. And Game Informer gave it an 8.75. No, 8.5 out of 10 on Xbox. The 8.75 out of 10 on PC, according to Game Informer. So, do you remember Nintendo Magazine and the Sega and Nintendo hotlines? I can't say I do. Nintendo Magazine. I have to look that up. How's it going, Curtis? Good evening. Thanks for popping in tonight. Nice to see you. Thanks for jumping in the chat tonight. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir. But so, Curtis, you're late to the party. We're just talking about some old school original Xbox games tonight. So, if there's any games that you would like to talk about, sir, feel free to drop them in the chat. Dorothy is also hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Always wonderful to see you guys in chat. So, the Blue Jays are tied with the Detroit Tigers 3-3 10th inning. Wow. Biting your fingernails yet, Curtis? No. Dodgers started a revolution. Let's go Detroit. Now, that's not nice, Matt. Be nice. I know we blame Canada, but come on. Be nice. Matt, fuck off. Oh, great. Now we got an argument on Twitch. Do I gotta separate you two? But now, Curtis, if there's any games on the original Xbox that you remember, I don't know if you had Xbox back in the day or not, Curtis, but if there's any games you want to talk about, Matt's been naming a bunch for me to look up, so I have a whole entire list in front of me. Feel free to drop some in the chat if you want me to look up any for you. No, he's my big buddy. He's your buddy, alright, Curtis. He's there. I mean, the guy just walked to the plate with a hockey stick for... Jesus Christ. A hockey stick? You guys are crazy. But let's see, we had NFL Fever, NHL 2000, all the NHL 2K games. I'm staying out of that comment. I'll let you and Curtis hash out the baseball conversation. I'm going back to my game list. So, you're just popping in tonight. We're talking Jade Empire. Okay, Jade Empire. If you're just popping in the chat, we're talking about some old school original Xbox games. It's a Canadian baseball team. There's only one. only one Canadian on the whole team, Curtis? Jeez. Thank you for the like, Miss Andrea. I don't know if you're still in chat or not, but good evening. Thanks for the like over on Facebook. Mabel says hi. Well, hello. Good evening, Mabel. Nice to see you. Hold on, man. I'm still trying to find Jade Empire for you. Jade Empire. Jade Empire, here we go. Came out in 2005 as an Xbox exclusive. It was later ported to Microsoft Windows PC and published by 2K in 2007. So this originally... She's going to bed. Just wanted to stop and say goodnight. Good night, Mabel! Ratings for Jade Empire. Yeah, let's call ya. Jade Empire got what? A 9.9 out of 10 on Xbox? What? A 9.9 out of 10 on Xbox? Man, that's unheard of, dude. Good evening on Facebook. Well, good evening to you as well, Curtis. Nice to see you on both sides of the spectrum. Thanks for supporting. What's up, Jet? Nice to see you. Man, everybody wants to say hi to me tonight. I feel popular. I cut the bottom of my face with that camera angle. Andrew's saying I have the camera off a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I mean, who even wants to look at my face? But that's okay. But hopefully that's a little bit better for people in the chat. I have to readjust my sign, I guess. But it was an exclusive to Xbox, John. I mean, that is fair. And a very good point, Matt. Because I don't see any PlayStation ratings at all for it. So, yeah. Then you said Prince of Persia. Okay. If you're just popping in the chat, good evening. I have a couple friends in here. We're talking about some old school original Xbox games. So if there's any that you would like to talk about, bring up, feel free. The new Battle Pass for Season 3 looks amazing. I didn't get the Battle Pass on Warzone. I guess I don't play it enough. So we have Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia, where are they all? Sands of Time. Okay, here we go. Prince of Persia, The Sand of Time. 2003 action video game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. Revealed in March 2003, it was released on Game Boy Advance, PS2, GameCube, Xbox, and PC. So it came out on multiple systems. Very cool. It was released on Xbox on November 18th, 2003. So this game will be 20 years old this year. Very nice. The IGN rating was, where we at? First off, Game Informer magazine gave it a 9.5 out of 10 on Xbox and PS2. And then IGN gave it a 9.6. So Game Informer and IGN, again, hand in hand, pretty much the same rating. So it was publication named the best game of November 2003 for GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. So they probably made a Game of the Year type release for this game as well. Prince of Persia. Don't think I've ever played that. Matt's next one is Fable. I mean, Fable was highly regarded. I know that for sure. I never played it, unfortunately. Don't shoot me. I didn't have an Xbox. I was more PlayStation 2 back in the day. Yeah, Fable. Here we go. Action role-playing game. Here we go. It was released in March of 2008. So a little bit later down the line, which isn't bad. After a delay of more than 2 years for licensing issues. I don't hear that much often. Released, March? Well, here you go. September 14th, 2004 it was released. Okay. Fable is a role-playing video game where players control character from the third-person perspective. The main character, known as the hero of Oakvale, can interact with people and objects as well as battle foes. The goal of Fable is to complete missions called quests that advances the game's plot, but Fable also features optional quests and allows players to pursue actions not directly tied to the story completion. Pretty cool. The ratings for it were on Xbox. IGN gave it a 9.3 out of 10 on Xbox. Metacritic gave it 85 out of 100. So yeah, I mean, another pretty solid game, Mr. Matt. What's your next one on the list? Beyond Good and Evil. Beyond Good and Evil. We have Blitz to League. Beyond Good and Evil. Here you go. It's a 2003 action video game developed and published by Ubisoft for the PlayStation 2, Microsoft Windows, Xbox, and GameCube. Beyond Good and Evil is an action game with elements of puzzle solving and self-based games. The player controls the protagonist Jade from a third-person perspective. So, third-person gaming. It was released December 2nd of 2003 on Xbox. And the ratings were a 9 out of 10 according to IGN. And Metacritic gave it an 87 out of 100. And then the high definition version dropped to an 8.5 out of 10. Which is kind of weird that a game would drop once you up the resolution of it. In late July 2020, streaming service company Netflix announced a live-action animated film adapted based on the video game was in development with Detective Pikachu director Rob Letterman. However, as of now, no updates have been given on the film. There you go, Matt. So they're actually trying to make a movie out of it. Blue Jays win 4-3. Well, there you go. Congratulations to your Blue Jays, Curtis. Now you get to rub it in Matt's face that they won. Have at it. Slugmouth. We gotta go down a little bit on the list. Slugmouth, SUG. Suffering. Just so you know, Matt, I cannot find this game. I mean, are you sure it was a Xbox game, sir? SUG. The Suffering. Yeah, but that game... Are you busting my chops? I just get played. I think I just got played. That's not nice. Thanks, Matt. Make me look like an idiot. I get it. It's cool. Appreciate it. Here's one for you, buddy. Do you now? Are you sure? You know what? I'm taking tomorrow night off. You got Turnbuckle Thursdays on your own. Have fun. I'll just sit in the back and powder all night. So. That's alright. I think the worst one I ever got on my show, Morgan was nice enough to rickroll me on my own show. So, yeah, there's that. I mean, what can I say? People like to pick on me. We like to have fun, hanging out. Thumbs up, Matt. Curtis, don't antagonize him, man. Don't antagonize him. That's all we ask. You start hanging out with Matt, start teaming up with Matt, I'm in deep crap. So, Half-Life 2. Is this another one of your tricks, Matt? Half-Life 2? Let's see. Halo, Half-Life. What do you know? Good evening, cousin. Nice to see you, Kelsey. Thanks for popping in tonight. I'm giving. Oh, okay. Thank you, Curtis. It looks like a thumbs up from where I'm sitting, so my apologies. But good evening, Kelsey. Nice to see you in chat. Thanks for popping in. We're talking some old school Xbox games tonight. I got two of my friends over on Twitch. We're just going down a list. If there's any Xbox games that you remember playing as a kid that you want me to look up, feel free to add them in the chat. Right now, I'm looking up Half-Life 2, which is a first-person shooter game that came out in 2004. Game developed by Valve. It was the first published for Valve for Windows. For its distribution service Stream. Okay, so it came out on Steam first, then was released on Xbox. Got it. Johnny, you know I'm always on your side. Well, I appreciate that, Curtis. Thank you very much. And of course, I always love to pop in when I can. Well, it's good to see you too. Well, good. I mean, I like getting. I love the support we get here on the show. If other people just want to pop in, listen, interact. I mean, take the time out of your day to pop into these shows means a lot to us. So I know we're not always on point with what we talk about, but we like to have fun, and that's the biggest thing about these shows. Is just building that community. I haven't really come up with one. I know Matt is the Nexus Nation. Other buddy, Kevin has what do you say, Matt? The ice cubes. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't really come up with a group name for this yet, but I will in time. Matt's going to give me the next one. Basement Dwellers. Okay, that's not bad. I can rock with that, Matt. Half-Life 2 got a 9.7 out of 10 on IGN, and a 90 out of 100 on Metacritic. So there is no review rating for Game Informer, which is kind of surprising. I don't have much experience with the Xbox games. Ever since I started listening to your Wednesday night shows, I have been contemplating a video game system, though. I mean, gosh, you're never too old to video game. I mean, I got a couple people over on Twitch who can just for that. They're older than me, and they still play Xbox a lot. So, yeah, you're never too old to pick up a controller and just take a night to yourself in a video game. I mean, I would be in that same shoe, but now that I do the show 4 or 5 nights a week, don't really have time. I mean, I hopped on last Saturday for a little bit with Darth and Curtis and we played some COD, which was fun. So, you're never too old to play a video game. Just got the Series X. There you go. Congratulations, Matt. I know that was something on your list of things that you wanted to get. You achieved it. Very good. So now the graphics should be, what, a little bit better or 10 times better? But Basement Dwellers Nations, okay. I mean, I guess we can go with that. I mean, Basement Dwellers Nation, okay. Well, Dwellers Unite. Well, if you're just popping on Facebook, I got 2 of my friends over on Twitch, and I guess this is what we're going with, the Basement Dwellers. Okay, interesting. Dwellers Club. I mean, we can all figure this out in time. In no rush. I just call it the basement crew. So, or like Matt saying right here, the Basement Dweller Club. Okay. Makes me feel like a low life a little bit, but hey. Like the Hell Fire Club. Like the Hell Fire Club. You guys figure it out and let me know what you decide. But just remember, there's other people involved with this show who also have a say in it also. So, Stranger Things. But your next game on the list was Ninja Gold Gridiron Black. Ninja Nij. MVP, NBA, I'm getting closer. Ninja Gaiden Black. Here we go. It's an action adventure hack and slash video game. Okay, we got a slasher video game in the thing. It was released in March of 2004. Ninja Gaiden was critically acclaimed and sold 362,000 copies in North America in the first month of release. Wow. Pretty popular game there, Matt. Ninja Gaiden Sigma was released for PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One as part of the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection on June 10th, 2021. Stranger Things, Magic of Stranger Things. Curtis we're all strange in our own way. I know I'm strange in some way or another, so. No one's perfect. Just remember that, okay? Let's see. IGN, where's my ratings at? IGN gave it on Xbox a 9.4 out of 10, and the black version got a 9.4 out of 10. So yeah, best Xbox action game 2004, best Xbox downloadable content 2004, and best Xbox action game 2005. So it definitely won some awards, which is good. I mean, it's always nice to see a game like that get critically acclaimed for being a top seller. I mean, 300-something thousand copies in the first month. Pretty damn good. Oh, Oddworld Stranger Rift. Oddworld Stranger. Ah, okay. That is an Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is an action video game developed by Oddworld inhabitants and published by EA for Xbox. It is the fourth entry overall in the Oddworld series and released on January 25th, 2005. Okay, have an amazing stream. It was nice chatting with you guys. Curtis, have a good night. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for the little reaction on Facebook. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon. Hopefully you can tune in tomorrow night for me and Doris Turnbuckle Thursdays. I'm sure Matt has a lot on his mind. And it will be a fun show. So, appreciate you popping in tonight, Curtis. The premise of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is the player's character called the Stranger must capture wanted outlaws dead or alive. The game utilizes both third and first person perspectives. In third person, the player controls Stranger when traveling long distances, performing jumping, rope climbing, and melee combat. In first person, ranged weapons are used. Enemies can be approached face to face or by hiding out of sight. So yeah, pretty cool game sounds like. Sounds familiar, I'm not gonna lie. On Xbox, according to Metacritic, it got an 88 out of 100. So a pretty good score. There was no score for IGN on this game, unfortunately. But it received highly positive reviews. Got an 87% on game rankings. So yeah, I mean, The Xbox Series version of Stranger's Wrath was a commercial failure, though. It sold 600,000 copies by 2012. I mean, so it didn't sell. They say it was a failure, but it got high reviews, so it's kind of twisted. So it came out on Nintendo Switch in 2020. Huh. So yeah, there you go, Matt. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you can also play this game on Switch too. Pretty cool. Like EA. Interesting enough. I think a Nintendo Switch is what I want to get. Not a bad choice. I mean, there is definitely a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch. You have all your Mario games and stuff like that. Me personally, I have a PlayStation 4. I play it sometimes when I can. I mean, so yeah, Nintendo Switch isn't a bad idea, cuz. Panzer Dragon. Okay. I'll have to check out your PS4 reviews. But yeah, let me know. I mean, I got a good deal on mine. I got it from a buddy I work with. He was moving and wanted to sell it before he left, so he gave me a very good deal on it. So I really can't complain about it. Panzer Dragon Oda is a rail shooting game for Xbox developed by Smilebait and published by Sega. It was released in Japan in 2002 and in North America and Europe in 2003. I'm way overdue for a New Jersey trip and we need some more. Yes, we do. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, because we're way overdue for some type of adventure. So, anyhow you come to New Jersey, let me know. But so this came out in North America on January 12th, 2003. So just past 20 years of being released. It's a single player rail shooting which spans 10 levels of variety, length, and difficulty. Hang on 1 second, cuz this game received an 8.25 out of 10 according to Game Informer, and IGN gave it a 9.2 out of 10. So yeah, I mean, it got definitely good reviews. So didn't sell much, but they make Mario games. Let's see, Mario for Xbox. Marble. Because I am not seeing any Mario games for Xbox. That might be strictly a Nintendo licensed game. I mean, I'm looking at the list right here, and they got Marvel games, but I don't see any Mario games. Sorry, I looked. Time Splitters 2. Unless, hold on. Sims, Sonic, SpongeBob. Oh, here you go. I just saw one. Super Bubble Pop. But no, unfortunately, no Super Mario or Marvel games. Marvel games sound cool though. I mean, yeah, Marvel games will always be one of the top selling games no matter what because of how popular the franchise is in movies and stuff like that. So yeah, there's games for anybody on any system that you can find game wise. So, but Max Games Time Splitters, Tack, Test Drive. Hated that game with a passion. Thrillville. Time Splitters 2 is a first-person shooter video game developed by Free Radical Design and published by Eidos Interactive for PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. It is the second game in the Time Splitters series and a sequel to the original Time Splitters. Time Splitters 2 is a first-person shooting game that requires players to kill enemies and complete objectives using a variety of weapons and tactics in different predefined scenarios. An armor and health bars on the side of the screen lower when the player is shot, which can be increased by walking over body armor and first aid kits. That sounds like a cheap version of GTA. Game Informer gave it an 8.5 out of 10. IGN gave it a 9.1 out of 10. So yeah, I mean, sounds like it was pretty good. The PlayStation 2 version of Time Splitters 2 received a universal acclaim, while the GameCube and Xbox versions received generally favorable reviews. So, sounds like it was better on. Well, sounds like it played better on PlayStation 2 than Xbox. So, Spider-Man was on the original Xbox. Yes, so Spider-Man was for sure. I just passed that one. I know that. It's funny you say it. I have it right here for you, Matt. State of Emergency is a beat-em-up video game developed by VIS Entertainment and published by Rockstar for PlayStation and Xbox. State of Emergency, huh? Came out on Xbox March 25th of 2003. By July 2006, the PlayStation 2 version had sold 700,000 copies and earned $28 million in the United States. Huh. IGN gave it 6.6 out of 10 on Xbox and 8.3 out of 10 on PS2. So, I mean, I'm guessing it was better on PlayStation 2 in a sense, Matt. I don't know if you can adjust to that or not, but it scored a 67 out of 100 on Xbox according to Metacritic, while PS2 got a 71 out of 100. So, Matt agrees it was better on PS2, okay. Welcome back, Jack. Nice to see you back. The player is given the choice of choosing their characters to play as, however, they can choose two and others need to be unlocked. Roy McNeil, aka Mac, Anna Prince, aka Libra, Hector Sato, aka Spanky. Man, some of these character names are pretty cool. Edward Raymonds, aka the Bull. Spanky. Spanky remembers the way his neighborhood used to be, although it wasn't always the nicest place to live. It now seems like paradise compared to the veritable war zone that it has become. Overrun by state-sponsored death squads and the gangs, the corporation has launched a war of arbitration against the forgotten people of Spanky's neighborhood. Watch the trailer for the game. Okay. You got to bear with me then for a minute. Hold on. Alright. Gonna watch this real quick for a minute. Well, it was developed by Rockstar Games. There you go. So. What the heck? Matt, this game looks crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I'm guessing Spanky's the one with the red hat, or is that somebody else? Got flamethrowers, got guns. Okay. Spanky looks like a thug. Oh man, that's not bad. I mean, I'd probably have to try it to see if I liked it. I mean, I like to always try a game at least once to see if it's enjoyable. So, but the trailer made it look fun. I will say that. But any other games you want me to look up, Mr. Matt? I mean, looks like you're the only one left in the chat. If not, I mean, I probably call it a night. We've been going over an hour already, so time flies when you're having fun. So talk about old school video games is always a pleasure. I mean, appreciate you hanging out late in chat. I mean, I always think of like the college football games. MVP baseball was always real popular back then. Yeah, NCAA, like I said, NCAA football was really popular. The NBA live games were really popular. So, NHL, you had NHL Hits came out for the original Xbox. They were pretty bizarre. NFL Blitz was another real popular one. Head Coach, where you basically control the coach. NFL Street. See, I was more like the sports video game growing up. So, I mean, there are some role-playing games I did play, but I mostly geared towards sporting games. I don't know why. What series? Baseball? No. I think it was NCAA baseball, wasn't it? Let's see. Wait a minute. RoboCop had a game? Wait a minute. What? RoboCop first-person shooter game? Based on the RoboCop films, it was developed and published by a French company, Titus Interactive, which acquired the rights to produce RoboCop video games in 1999. After several schedule changes, the game was released in 2003 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Harry Potter games were awesome back then, Matt. I mean, I wish my friend Kristen would pop in the chat. She'll tell you, we would play Harry Potter for hours upon hours on Sunday mornings. I would actually have to go wake her up, and what would we do? We'd play old school Harry Potter games. I mean, I think we beat three or four of them. We beat Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Madagascar. I mean, gaming was life back then, so you had a very wide range of games that me and my friend would play. So, but Xbox, July 29th. Wow, so this game's been out over 20 years now? Game Informer, 3 point totaled. Okay. You got some more games coming. I appreciate it. I will look them up. If you're just popping in the chat, good evening. We're talking some old school video games. I got my buddy Darth Nexus over on Twitch, chit-chatting for a little bit. So, if there's any old school Xbox game that you want to talk about, let me know. Well, let me say I'm down with the T's already. Totaled. Let's see. Test Drive, Time Splatters, Tony Hawk. Totaled. Here you go. Appreciate the like on the stream, Sam. Nice to see you in chat. IGN. Total only got a 6.1 out of 10. Total known in Europe as Crash. And then Crash for the Xbox is a vehicle combat game released in 2002. So it seems like it's just a big destruction derby type video game, Matt, if I'm not mistaken. So there's not much on the game, honestly. I got 55 out of 100 on Metacritic. Game Informer gave it a 4 out of 10. IGN gave it a 6.1 out of 10. So just looks like one giant destruction derby type game, if I'm not mistaken. Warpath. Alright, we got that one since I'm in the W's. Warpath, there you go. It's a first-person shooting game developed by Digital Extremes. The game was originally developed as a sequel to Para. So it's supposed to be it was a sequel to a game. Game Informer gave Xbox 7.25 out of 10. IGN gave it a 5.3 out of 10. And Metacritic gave it a 53 out of 100. The game received mixed reviews. So, I guess you could say a hit or miss type of game at that point. So, Shadow of the Hedgehog. Matt, where do you pull these names out, man? I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of them are kind of bizarre, some of them are kind of funny. Shadow of the Hedgehog. Okay. Developed by Sega, so well, we got a kick-ass Sonic the Hedgehog type game. But that's what I can think of in this aspect. It's a 2005 platform game developed by Sega Studios. It's a game of remember? Huh? You're right about that, sir. You still are a gamer. We won't forget that. Gamer first, content creator second. I never forget that. Published by Sega as part of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. The game follows Shadow the Hedgehog, a creation of Dr. Eggman's grandfather. It's a third-person shooter. Evil Sonic, I like it. I dig it. Where's my rating? There we go. Game Informer, it gave it a 4 out of 10. IGN gave the Xbox a 4.9 out of 10. And Metacritic gave it a 49 out of 100. So, I mean, 50-50. I mean, it says it received generally unfavorable reviews from critics, many of which were highly critical of the gameplay mechanics and differences from other Sonic games. Well, of course, it's not even called Sonic, it's called Shadow of the Hedgehog. It's a completely different type of game. How can you compare this to I mean, game critics, I think back then had nothing better to do. Many critics denied the game's sense of maturity for a Sonic game. You can't please everybody. That's all I'm going to say. You can't please everybody. Matter if you want to or not. What's the next one you have? Crash Nitro. Okay, Crash Nitro. Crash Nitro. We got C, E, Deadman. Here you go. Crash Nitro Kart is a 2003 kart racing game for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and Game Boy Advance. Oh, cool! So it's almost like Mario Kart, but Crash Bandicoot is what I'm getting off of. We're looking at the cover. The game story centers on the adoption of Crash Bandicoot along with other characters in the series by the ruthless dictator Emperor Velvo. Yeah, so basically Mario Kart meets Crash Bandicoot when you look at some of the images of this game. So that's pretty cool. My reviews, let's see. Game Informer gave it a 7 out of 10. North American IGN gave it an 8.2 out of 10. What else do we have? Metacritic gave the Xbox a 70 out of 100. The console versions of Crash Nitro Kart received mixed or average reviews. PlayStation Official Magazine said Crash Nitro Kart was satisfying and challenging at the same time and a great way to feel the need for speed. I feel the need for speed. Sorry. Eddie, and Eddie. So we got E. Got it. Ed, and Eddie and the Miss Adventures. It's a 3D platform video game based on the Cartoon Network animated series Ed, and Eddie. That's pretty cool. I mean, I remember watching that show a couple times as a kid. I mean, that's pretty cool. I never knew they had made a video game for it. It was announced on February 2015, 2005 and released on Halloween 2005 for PS2, GameCube, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, and PC. Metacritic gave Xbox a 56 out of 100. IGN gave it a 5.1. Received generally mixed reviews from critics. IGN criticized the game for its unclear objectives, repetitive voice acting, and short length. But he praised the game graphics for reproducing the visual style of the show quite accurately, to an often hilarious degree. So yeah, I mean, right there it shows you how mixed up a review it is. You like one thing, but then you hate the other thing. So, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, half these games I've never played before, but that's okay. I missed out. I know. I get it. Jawbreakers. Not seeing Jawbreakers on Jaws Unleashed. I'm not seeing a Jawbreakers, Matt. Is that a misspell, or was that a different type of game? I can. Let's see. Draw. Oh, excuse me. It was Notori, Apple Notori. Wow, that's a. Oh, okay. I thought it was another video game. I apologize, sir. Jawbreakers or what? The edge lot. Okay. My apologies. I am sorry. Forgive me. I thought you had mentioned another video game. That's my fault. Sorry. But what else do we have that I could mention I had played? James Bond had a couple of good Xbox games back in the day. Nothing beats GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo 64 though. That game was legit. Kingdom of the Fire. Sudsky. Alright, so we're going back down to S's. Sudsky. There we go. Sudsky. It's a 2004 action role-playing game developed by Climax Studios. It was originally released for Xbox. So it was released on Xbox in North America July 20th, 2004. Sudsky is an action role-playing game where players take control of the 4 characters, exploring a variety of locations including towns, rural areas, and roads, wilderness, and underground temples and mines from a third-person camera perspective. Interesting. Very cool. I like the graphic. I mean, the artwork looks pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. Game Informer gave it a 7.75 out of 10. IGN gave it 7.8. The Argrader scores gave it 73%. So, yeah, I mean, reviews. My guy. Just adding in some stuff and wanted to stop in and say hi. Well, appreciate you popping in, Trey. It's always nice to see you in chat. Just talking some old school original Xbox games tonight. So, hope editing is going well. Can't wait to see the finished project for Joker vs. Joker, that match you did the other day on your stream, which was pretty lit. So, I appreciate you as always for stopping by. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's what Wednesday's all about here, right? We like to talk old school video games. Sometimes I have different streamers on, chit chatting and stuff. So even if you just pop in and say hi like you do, I mean, it means a lot. It gets the show out there, and it's much appreciated, I should say. So, like my buddy Matt, he's over on Twitch. Doris, you know him from Thursday nights when we talk. We do Turnbuckle Thursdays. Whacked. Okay, yeah, so his next game on the list he wants me to look up. Whacked. There it is. Whacked. Whacked is a party game developed by Presto Studios and released in 2002 by Microsoft Game Studios exclusively for Xbox. It was one of the 2 original games to be made available for Xbox Live. So, OG for Xbox and then an OG for Xbox Live, which really took off with certain games later in life, and what helped online gaming be formed, because I know you could play online on PS2. The servers were there. I think PS2 started and then Xbox came out and allowed you to also play online. So, Remember the Insane Clown Posse had? Yes. What was it? I'll have to look up the name of that tray, but I remember exactly what you're talking about. Insane Clown Posse wrestling game. I will look that. I believe it was Backyard Brawl. Okay, I will look that up in 1 second for you, sir. IGN gave Whacked a 6.6 out of 10. Metacritic gave it a 59 out of 100. And Game Informer gave it a 2 out of 10. So the game was met with average to mixed reception upon release. So again, some liked it, some didn't. So it depends on what kind of gamer you were. So, but Backyard Brawl, I think something like that. Let's see. So we'll scroll back up our list real quick. BA. We had Backyard Wrestling. Don't try that at home. I want to say, Trey, that it was well, then you also have Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood, and then you have the Insane Clown Posse on the cover. So I'm guessing it was Backyard Wrestling. And they released two games back to... Oh, okay, 1 year apart. Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood. Okay, there we go. Violent J, and then Shaggy 2 Dope. I mean, had some pretty good wrestlers on this back in the day. You had Supreme, the Sandman, which is known for ECW, Ruckus, New Jack. Backyard Wrestling There Goes the Neighborhood received generally unfavorable reviews. So, Game Informer gave it a 5.75 out of 10. And IGN gave it a 5.6 out of 10. And on the Metacritic, it scored a 43 out of 100. I mean, again, you can't really judge games off of reviews. I mean, you have to physically try the game yourself. And this is a game that Trey liked. I mean, there's another game that Doris has pointed out earlier that got bad reviews also, but he enjoyed it. I mean, everybody has their preference when it comes to video games. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun. And that's all that matters. A game can be rated 20 out of 100, but you took the time, you invested in it, you wanted to try it, and you might have liked it. So, who cares what people think? But yeah, Backyard Wrestling. I mean, if you wanted a kid, you didn't backyard wrestle. I mean, Dorth, who's on Twitch, wants to do an IRL stream in real life and have me and him go at it in a inflatable sumo wrestling match. So, who knows? You might see something like that down the road. I mean, we always try to make the show more entertaining than it really is. So, Dorth wants to do an inflatable sumo match and stream it. So, why not? I'm all for it. So keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, Backyard Wrestling, don't try this at home. Also had Violent J and Shaggy 2 though, so they were in both games straight. The first one and the second one. The first one looks like it had more characters in the remake, which is kind of interesting. Backyard Wrestling, don't try this at home. Received mixed reviews on both platforms. So on Xbox, it got a 50 out of 100. On the Metacritic, the Game Informer gave it a 5.5 out of 10, and the IGN gave it a 6.5 out of 10. So, yeah, I mean, just reading the scores, I mean, you can tell that the first one, I would say, was received better. They tried to empathize 1 year later, make a sequel, and it failed on them, but hey, you still took the time, you invested your money into trying these games, so. Other than that, I don't remember any Xbox games like that. Oh yeah, I mean that's what I grew up on PlayStation myself. I started on a Sega Genesis, then went to a PS2, then I got Xbox 360, and then when I got my house, I bought a PlayStation 3, sold that, and went out and got a PlayStation 4. So I went back and forth for a while, but I would say I'm more of a Sony guy now myself. Dorothy's over on Twitch. He's an Xbox guy, but it's all about how you want to play games. So that's why it makes it so much fun to do a Sony versus Microsoft debate. I want to have people come on for that and just have at it, like have a town hall why one system's better than the other, and just go back and forth. Simpsons Hit and Run, that was a good one. Alright, let's see if we can find The Simpsons from Mr. Trey. And Matt said Xbox Music Mixer. Let's see if we can find that one real quick. Xbox Music Mixer. I don't think that was a game. Don't think that was a game, but I'm looking at it, see it. But no, the music mixer on Xbox I remember also was very good. And we got Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons SI. Shadow. Alright, Zapper. We can look that one up real quick. There you go, Zapper, one wicket cricket. That's kind of funny. Zapper, one wicket cricket. It's a platform game for the Xbox, GameCube, PS2, Game Boy Advance, and PC. It was developed by Blitz Games and published by Info Games Interactive, released in North America in 2002. On November 17, 2008, Zapper became available on Xbox Live as part of the Xbox Originals Rage. Okay. Metacritic gave it a 55 out of 100. Game Informer is not acceptable NA score for Game Informer, but IGN gave it a 4.1 out of 10. The game received, again, mixed reviews on all platforms according to Metacritic. Gave the Xbox version an unfavorable review over a month before its U.S. release. See, how can you grade a game before it gets released? I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense. The players aim to traverse over 18 levels as Zapper the cricket. Along the way, the player must collect 6 eggs in each level. Kind of looks like a Bug's Life, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's hit or miss games for both systems. Either, like I said, if you're a Sony guy or a PlayStation guy. I mean, there's some people that hated Microsoft but love Sony. There's people that love Sony but hate Microsoft. You could go back and forth for hours upon that debate. So hopefully one night I can have a couple of you guys join me on the show. We can have a debate. I'll try to be the peacekeeper as best as I can. But I want one to be Team Xbox and another one to be Team Sony. And just have like a town hall debate. And like, you gotta sell your product. You gotta sell which one's better. So if anyone's interested in joining on a show like that, let me know. That'd be a lot of fun, I think, and a different type of element. But Dorothy, I appreciate you hanging out in chat tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, Trey, thanks for popping in. My cousin Kelsey popped in for a little bit. Jack stopped in. Curtis was in here for a while. My friend Gary stopped by. Andrew stopped in to say hi. Mabel said hi. I'm sure Andrew said hi as well. But Night Dwellers. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, Matt, if you want, we can start at 8:30 tomorrow night. Or if 9 o'clock's better for you, we can do that too. Let me know. I'll shoot you a message after I sign off. But, as always, I thank you all so much for popping in. Go back and rewatch the show. That's awesome as well. And thank you for your continued support on this page. We're trying to come out with new show ideas every single night. Well, every single week. We like to have fun. We hope everyone likes to stop in and say what's up. If you just tune in for a little bit, listen in, see what the show's all about. The show is a very interactive one. I like to go back and forth with people listening and stuff. But tomorrow night we will be back for Turnbuckle Thursday with Dorth joining us in studio. So good classic wrestling debate show, discussion type thing. Friday night I should have my friend Miss Andrea back in studio. We're going to do some movie trivia this week. Then next week we have Monday Sports Gladiators, talk about different sports. We'll get you ready for the NFL draft coming up soon. Next Tuesday we will be back for Entertainment Night with Miss Morgan and myself. She always comes up with a fun show for that. And then Wednesdays are our video game discussion, where we just like to talk old school video gaming or have a streamer on and get to know who the streamer is. I mean, I'm trying to get my one friend on so bad. I'm waiting to hear back from him. Hopefully I can get that done in a couple of weeks. But other than that, like Darth always says in the chat, if you ever pop in and just want to say one word, all you gotta say is "what's up" and we'll give you a shout out. That is Matt's trademark. But other than that, I hope everyone has a good night and a very good Thursday. And we will see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for Turnbuckle Thursdays. Good night.